Here's what the most famous drug traffickers spend their money on. Americans spent $109 billion on illegal drugs in 2010, according to a White House study, roughly the same as the $108 billion they spent on illegal narcotics in 2000. And while most of those drugs are imported from elsewhere, the cash Americans spend on them largely stays in the U.S. Once drugs are distributed and cash collected, the process of filtering the money back to a drug cartel's headquarters begins. Since cash flows, particularly multi-million-dollar amounts, attract a lot of attention, criminal organizations rely both on bulk cash smuggling and money laundering to move that money around. Mike Vigil, the former head of the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration's international operations, told Business Insider. What they do is they formulate business enterprises, like fictitious businesses, here in the United States, also in Mexico, and they use those to launder money, Vigil said, referring to the Sinaloa cartel, one of the world's most powerful trafficking organizations. They use commodities-based money laundering, Vigil told Business Insider, where they buy, for example, gold and diamonds here, and then they smuggle them into Mexico. They're sold over there and all of a sudden, voila, you go from US dollars to Mexican pesos. Money laundering isn't limited to precious metals. Trade-based money laundering, which involves larger purchases in the US, is also highly lucrative and hard to detect. The epicenter for a lot of the money laundering for the Mexican cartels is Los Angeles, Vigil told Business Insider. And they use the Fashion District to launder money. The Sinaloa cartel used U.S. drug proceeds to purchase clothes imported from China that were stored in the targeted fashion businesses' warehouses in Los Angeles, the DEA reported in its 2015 drug threat assessment. The clothes were then shipped across the border into Mexico for resale and the profits placed into the Mexican financial system as legitimate proceeds. Large multinational banks have also been implicated in the cartel's massive money-moving operations. Both Wachovia and HSBC have faced federal investigations and punishments in the U.S. in relation to illicit money dealing. Drug trafficking is an incredibly profitable enterprise. That's how world-famous smugglers like Pablo Escobar and Joaquin El Chapo Guzman have been able to amass billion-dollar fortunes selling drugs to voracious American consumers. But in the modern era, when enforcement is stronger, that cash usually doesn't travel very far.